This episode is brought to you by Nana's Deli. Looking for a taste of classic comfort? Head to Nana's Deli, a local legend since 1981. With 2 convenient locations in Livingston and Jersey City, Nana serves up the best in deli goodness. Whether you're craving their famous tuna salad, mouth-watering sloppy joes, piled high pastrami, or a bowl of their signature soups, every bite is a taste of tradition. And don't forget to order my signature Food Czar Flats. Plus, Nana's Deli offers catering perfect for any occasion because who doesn't love great food made with care? Visit Nana's Deli today and experience the flavors that have been making memories for over 40 years. Make sure you mention Food Czar Podcast to receive 10% off your next order. Visit nanasdeli.com for menus, hours, and locations. This episode is brought to you by Livingston Car Wash. Since 1966, Livingston Car Wash has been a trusted name for quality car care in our community. Family owned and operated, it's now led by Paul Ritter, a proud Livingston resident dedicated to delivering exceptional service. From exterior washes and full-service detailing to windshield chip repair and paintless dent removal, their team handles it all with precision and care. Conveniently located at the Route 10 Circle in Livingston and open 7 days a week, Livingston Car Wash combines decades of expertise with a genuine commitment to the community. Drive clean, drive local, drive with confidence. Livingston Car Wash.
This is Behind the Counter.
Behind the Counter.
With the Food Zone. Here's Heidi.
Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Counter with the Food Czar, which is me. And today I am sitting, it is actually a hurricane outside, but that would never stop me from sitting down with this guest.
Yes.
So I am sitting down with Giuseppe Ottaiano. I call him Joe Jr. Everyone calls him Giuseppe. But Giuseppe, who is the owner and executive chef of Locale in Little Silver, New Jersey. Did I say it correctly?
Yeah, you said it correctly. Really owner, operator, chef, a little bit hands-on with everything else, but I do have an executive chef here, Anthony Palermo, so sorry about that.
So
it's fine.
Anthony Palermo's the exec. In my eyes, you're the executive
that's
chef.
fine.
I'm sorry, Anthony Palermo. Joe Jr.'s my guy. So for those of you who don't know, I'm just going to call you Joey the whole way through. Is that okay?
It's totally fine with me.
That's like what I always call you anyway.
Yes.
So I've known Joey, I think, since you're like a little boy, really. Joey grew up working in Calabria's in Livingston and has now ventured out with his brother, Tommy. This is your first partnership, really, right?
Yes, it's our first partnership. We also have partners, the Kelly Builders. They're a local family from Little Silver. With them and us, we made this possible.
They did a phenomenal job with the space. If you haven't been here to Locale in Little Silver, I'm telling you, you're going to come in, you're going to sit down, you're going to be treated like family, like you and your family has always done, right? You do that to every customer.
Yep. I go up to every table, introduce myself. I get to really want to get to know people. That's one of the biggest things I've learned from my father. Working with him my whole life, you want to treat the customers like how you want to be treated.
So let's go back to little Joe Jr., right? You knew this was coming. So little Joey and your brother Tommy, you all worked at Calabria's, right? Your dad opened with his brother, the original Calabria's in the early 1980s, I think it was, right?
Late 70s, early 80s, like right by where the ShopRite Livingston Tribune is.
Yep.
So, that's where it all started.
So when you were old enough, is that what you did? You worked at the store? Yeah,
when I was in a little bit in high school, I worked a little bit, but I also was an athlete as well. So my dad made me focus on sports because he says, if you want to come into this industry, you got to really love what you do because you're married to it. And then as I got older into senior year going into college, that's when I really decided, my dad built something very special, being an immigrant coming from Italy, that I don't want it to just go to somebody else. I would like to be hands-on with him every day.
So did you go to college?
I did go to college. I went to Sacred Heart University. I actually played college football there. So I was a college athlete. So still to this day, I treat everything like a game, like the sport. So
I feel like it's actually the restaurant business and sports really mirror each other in the fact that you have to have true grit.
Yep.
Right? You have to be tough. You have to be able to get knocked down. You have to be able to have the motivation to build up.
Absolutely.
Right? Do you feel that way?
100%. There's a big saying that I carry from the football field to the restaurant is snap and clear, because the kitchen's the same way as a game. You make a mistake, but if you let it bother you the rest of the day, you're not gonna succeed. So we try to do that in the kitchen. If we mess up a dish or we mess up something, I always say our terminology in the kitchen: snap and clear. Let's forget about it and move on.
That's so great. Your brother played football too, right?
Yes,
I feel like I remember you guys like in your jerseys in Calabria's.
100%. Yeah. That's how it was. My brother played college football. He also had a cup of coffee in the NFL. So we try to bring that mentality to each day that we lived our life. We were always the underdogs. So we always got something to prove, and we keep that mentality every single day.
Do you feel like, do you bring the mentality that you are an underdog every day?
Yes, absolutely. Two core values my father raised us on, and my mother, is one, you never really forget where you come from. Hence, my father started with nothing, built something very special. And two, it's not about the dollar, it's about the relationship, because the relationship will go way more than the dollar.
I love that. That's amazing. Yeah. And you're going to teach your kids the same thing.
100%.
Yeah.
It's all about respect, and, whatever they want to do in life, that's their choice, and I always be behind them. But my dad always says, if you do something, do it 100%, give it your all. And that's what we try to do. So
as you go through college and then you decide, you make the decision, like, I want to continue working at Calabria's at the time, just to carry on the tradition, carry on the business. Is that what your focus was?
That was my focus. Really, like junior year, I went to go intern with a food company up in college. It was called Chartwell Foods. They run like a lot of cafeterias in the school systems. And I would do purchasing for them and learn the business etiquettes of what to buy, what not to buy, what's waste, not waste. And then I turned to my dad. I said, hey, I really love what I'm doing. I think it's time for me to really consider come working for you. And my father always told me, I would never say no to you to come work with me, but you're married to this business before your own family, because you got to be here every day.
Yeah.
And once I decided that, and I took the jump to go after I graduated, usually the normal college student will have like a couple weeks off for the summer to enjoy himself. No, I went right to work and put the apron on and, went to help my dad.
So when you started working there, were you doing, were you cooking? Were you managing? What was your position?
Really just starting at the counter, helping answering phones, bringing up customers at the counter, really get to know everyone. If it helped bring food out, I was kind of just like a utility player at the time of whatever I can fit in the best. And I really had a passion for pizza. That's what I really love to do, and I still do every day now, try to grow every day. And then became serious and became, I wouldn't say I was a full manager technically with the terminology, but yes, I can help run the restaurant day-to-day operations. And that's what I learned. I learned from the best. My dad, there's no one better than him.
So, and cooking, obviously, you grew up with that,
Yep.
right? So you learned how to do that just from watching, just from being, from whatever.
Watching. My mom was a great teacher of mine. A lot of my menu items now on my menu at my restaurant here is when my mom cooks, like from her wings to her chicken parm. We do a double stack chicken parm here. Not many people do that.
Yeah.
But I do that because that's how my mom always made it. So, got to tip my hat off to my mother as well.
Yes, you do.
Can't sell her
Yes,
too
you
short.
do. Yeah. So, what a lot of people don't know, I mean, maybe they do know. It doesn't matter. My very first podcast that I ever did was at Calabria's.
Yes.
And the reason I'm the food czar is because of Calabria's, because my son Matthew was working there during the pandemic. So
he's a wonderful son, by the way.
Thank you. I think he's wonderful too.
He is.
So, do you feel during the pandemic you learned so much more about the business and the customers and the loyalty and all of that?
100%. You are who your customer is. It's the same thing. You are who your help is. I learned that firsthand, and when COVID happened, looking at a community like Livingston, I don't think there's nothing like it around anywhere. I've been to a lot of different places. We got through COVID because of the loyalty, because of the relationships. That's what my dad always puts in my head. Make sure you say hi. Make sure you go up to every table, introduce yourself. It might not be the best introduction or the best experience you have, but at least you'll never forget a face, or you never forget to try to make someone's day better. We also try to help out a lot of people too. Hence what I said a couple of minutes ago, you don't forget where you come from, because no matter if the good, the bad, the ugly, you should always be there for for people, and because the customers will always be there for you too.
Yeah. So when did you and your brother decide that you were gonna open something like this?
So about like 6 years ago, my brother Tom has been living in Red Bank for 12 past years.
Oh wow.
He's the only crazy person I know that goes to the gym at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning every single day. He's very consistent.
He's like
that.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, he's not as exactly the mentality like him. And one day, my brother was in at the gym, and he met a bunch of other young entrepreneurs there that live in Little Silver. Who are my partners now. I was telling you about the Kelly Builders. They were talking about, there's a piece of property in Little Silver. We're looking for a partner, looking to develop it, so on and so forth. And my brother, it was perfect timing right after COVID. My brother said, hey, Joe, I think we should take an opportunity to look. So like one of the first times I'm saying this about when I graduated college in 2016, me and my dad sat down before I went to the business, and he says, there's one thing you got to understand. And you think about Calabria, you think about me and my brother, which they built an unbelievable business. It's it's on Gold Belly. They ship nationwide, the whole nine. But my dad always says, you always meant to be your own boss. So when I took it with a grain of salt. I was like, why didn't you want me to be with you? He says, no, it's not about that, but you need to shine. You need to fly. And for a father to say that to his son, means everything to me, and that's why we're here.
Sure. And I'm sure watching him with his brother and you with your brother, there's going to be pros and cons to, being partners, right? Yeah.
So
it's a big venture
to take. It's a big venture.
Yeah.
Me and my brother, my brother's more behind the scenes guy, does all my marketing, does everything like that. I'm the day-to-day operations guy. But, we're best friends. We do it all. Same thing with my sister, helps us out too. My sister Natalie, she grew up in the event space. She's an event coordinator on her own, does a lot of that. So she helps us with a lot of the back end stuff of like catering, booking, stuff like that. So it's a big hands-on, all family, hands on deck.
I mean, it's nice. And Tommy, his specialty is marketing.
Yes. So
hold on, his dad is calling him. It's like he knows this is going down.
He knows that, but I put it on mute for now. So, but my brother does all our marketing. He has a great business, today's business. They do what they do best, and we provide great food. They provide the marketing, and it's the best partnership you can have.
So what people don't realize is Little Silver, I didn't know where Little Silver is. It's in between Red Bank and Long Branch, right? And it's right next door to Fort Monmouth, which is where the Netflix studios are being built right now. I passed by and it's a crazy building going on over there. Did you realize when this space became available and your other partners suggested it, that Fort Monmouth was going to be what it's becoming?
We didn't know 100% that there was the Netflix part. We knew that there was homes being built and stuff like that. So just the demographic of a lot more people moving to the area was a great opportunity. And then about 3 months after we purchased the property, that's when we got the news Netflix was coming.
Talk about timing.
Yeah,
Holy moly.
It couldn't have been perfect. It's like the saying, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
I truly believe in that.
Yeah. It's going to be crazy town here. This little Silver is not going to be so little anymore.
No, I don't know where they're going to put the people or the traffic. We'll figure that out.
Yeah,
when we get
not your problem as long as they come in to eat.
Exactly.
So you opened about a year ago. When this drops, it'll be about a year. So congratulations.
I appreciate
Listen,
that.
The first year is the hardest, right?
Yeah, it is the hardest. But I can look myself in the mirror and say it's the best decision I ever made. So I can't look back. It's only forward.
So Locale had from opening day created a little bit of a buzz.
Yes.
And when I say a little bit, a lot of buzz, right? You very quickly became influencers, stop where they would come in and they'd, really put you on the map. Do you feel that was like what put you on the map? What do you feel
definitely
allowed the success of it so quickly?
Yeah, it definitely had a little bit to do with like the social media has powerful, can get the word across to everyone, like you said. But I think it was also how we kept it such hush-hush for a long time. And then when we started going, we did a really good marketing campaign for that and pushed it. And people were always asking, what was going here? What was, like when we were building, we never put a sign up. So no one knew what was coming. Everyone just knew there was a new liquor license available and, we were building. So we kind of, I wanted it to be more of word of mouth in the
Yeah.
beginning. In the beginning, it was people that came in were the only ones that could get reservations. So then we started to build that, and then now we're on Resi and so on and so forth. But online presence had a lot to do with it, but definitely the way we went about it and marketed it,
Yeah.
like coming soon, dropping videos. So that had a lot to do with it.
It was a big tease.
It was a big tease.
Yeah. Did you have to, so like we know how Livingston works with the
Yes.
liquor licenses. Is it different here?
No, it's the same thing. We had to purchase the liquor license, but it was a dry town for over 80 plus years in Little Silver.
Wow.
They only had a liquor store. So there was a license available from a family that was just kept for a long time, and my partners got to be a part of that, and then we were able to purchase the liquor license ourselves.
So are you the only bar in town?
We're the only bar in town. You would have to go to either Red Bank, Long Branch, or Rumson to have a drink.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's wild. So the people they bought it from the family had it for like 80 years?
Had it for a very long time. I don't know the exactly
Yeah.
amount, but we're the first ever. I was the first person to ever pour a beer in Little Silver.
Oh my God. First of all, that's super cool.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
It's very cool to see, like the background, coming from an immigrant, my father and family, talk about the American dream, second, first generation Italian here, that could be in the paper. It'd be the first time ever liquor license in a town and 2 restaurants. This is my first one on my own, so it's really cool to see.
So when you say your first one, do you think there'll be a second one?
Right now I would say not so quickly, but in time to come, there will be either, a restaurant or, a pizzeria coming in the next year or so in the Monmouth County area and stuff like that. So yes, hopefully.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows? Right.
Yeah.
So looking back, right, and watching your dad being a first generation restaurant owner, business owner, and you working underneath him or watching him, would you say give me 2 of the biggest lessons you've learned that you took from watching him to opening this?
2 of the biggest things is we were just talking about before. You are who your help is.
Yeah.
You got to, you treat the person that's washing the dishes to the manager the same way. You give everyone respect, because when you give them and show them, you give them respect, you're going to get that in return.
Sure.
And also want to be a great leader. You never, there's times, stuff's going to hit the fan, but you act accordingly. You don't do it in front of people. You do it outside when it's not in front of anyone to give a bad taste in everyone's mouth. But realistically, my father's my best friend, the best role model I can ever have. The biggest thing that my dad has taught me, and I said this in the beginning of it, it's really not about the dollar. It's about the relationship. My dad wouldn't be where he is today if it wasn't for the relationship, because the relationship opens up tens of thousands of doors. And you just always stay true to yourself. I am who I am today. I'm going to be the same person tomorrow and the next week. No matter if I don't have $1 in my pocket or if I have a lot of money in my pocket, I'm still the same person. And that's what I really learned from my dad. My dad is who he is every day.
You've always been nice and quiet, nice. I cannot tell you how happy I am for you.
I appreciate that.
That this has all happened. It's to me, to watch you grow, it's been amazing.
Yep. Thank you.
And now to see you as a dad, right? So you have 2 kids.
Yeah, dad of 2. I have a daughter, Amelia. She's about to be 2 years old this upcoming November. And I just had my son, Giuseppe III, named after my father and myself 2 months ago.
So I know Giuseppe III is very young.
Yeah.
Would you want your kids to follow in your footsteps?
To be completely honest, it would be totally up to them, but I would love for them to do another career. Not that the restaurant industry is horrible or anything, but you're not really home. I moved into town now in Little Silver to be with my family as much as I can. Like the little things in life. My dad was always, not around for games, Halloween parades at the school.
The Halloween parades, that's okay to miss, by the way. They're the worst.
like stupid stuff like that. That's
Yeah.
what I want to be around for, and I'm going to be around for it because I live locally. But if my son will love to be in the business, absolutely, I will never close the door. Maybe I would love for him to operate it a different way, of more as a desk job instead of operations hands-on. But it is what it is. I love what I do, so I'm sure my son will love whatever he chooses to do. But if he wants to come into business, I would be more than happy to have that.
So let's talk about the food.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the best part, right?
Best part. And
best
that's
part,
the only thing I think about all day is food.
Do you? Don't
I mean,
we
that's
all?
what
Let's be
what my
honest.
dad will always say. He's
Yeah.
like, you're not hungry. You're always starving. So
Yeah,
that's,
I mean,
that's our thing.
but it's true. I mean, we wake up, we are like, what's for lunch? What's for dinner?
100%,
Yeah,
especially on vacation.
especially on vacation. My God. So, so here the menu is. It feels like just authentic Italian, right?
Yep.
Talk about the menu.
So the menu, definitely authentic Italian meals. We make everything homemade, from our pastas to our cheeses. We make our own sausage. The only thing we import is our prosciutto, our steaks, and our Parmesan cheese. But everything's made out of love and made from the heart. We definitely we do on the weekends. We do like chef specials. So we kind of do like a little fusion twist sometimes, or American twist. So we try to, this weekend we did fish and chips.
Yeah.
You're not going to see many Italian restaurants do fish and chips.
Not
but
at all.
We try to, keep everyone on their toes and, work outside of the box, get us ourselves out of our comfort zone to prove to people, we can make really good food, not just, a great fusilli vodka, but I can make you a great tomahawk steak, or I can make you a nice fish and chips. I mean, we did oysters last week, so we try to do like 2 fishes, 2 main courses on
Locally
specials.
sourced fish,
All locally sourced fish,
Yeah.
that comes out of Point Pleasant, or the oysters came
Bay.
out of Little Lake Harbor.
Yeah.
So we use locally produce from local Eatontown or Colts Neck. We use it daily. We also have a little garden in the back to all, like our tomatoes this week, and our caprese salad is all heirloom tomatoes from our fresh picked garden. So we're
That's
trying to do
amazing.
it. Hence the name Locale. It means local. Everything that is on our menu is locally sourced or made in house.
That's awesome. So do you do the menu with the executive chef? Is
Yes.
that what happens?
So we sit down every week to do the next week's specials, but we sit down quarterly we change our menu seasonally, but we'll sit down even like from our bar manager to our floor manager. We'll all sit down together to throw ideas based off, what do people like? What are people requesting for? Like right now, a lot of people at our bar are requesting like a premium burger. So that's the next thing we're throwing in on our menu. Maybe we'll do like a Wagyu burger, something like that, a little twist to give, people an option for everyone, every type of customer.
And what about the pizza?
The pizza, it's usually just myself. I try to adapt every day to get better.
Yeah.
I learned,
It's a different style than you were doing at Calabria.
yes.
Yeah.
So little thing about us here, we have a Neapolitan style oven. We make Neapolitan pizza, but I say it's Neapolitan style my way, not the average fluffy crust, stuff like that. It's just my little twist to it. In the back of the restaurant, in the back, we have a little takeout window.
Yeah.
That's the style of pizzas I do make at Calabria. It's like a New York style pizza, 16-inch, just like my dad raised me to do. I wouldn't say it's the same exact thing, but it's close to it.
Yeah.
What's not broke, don't fix it. But, my dad has such a great thing going. I don't, we separate ourselves.
Yeah, you have
but
to separate. Yeah.
I got to give
It's Joe
recognition.
Jr.'s way. Yeah.
Exactly. Give recognition when it's due.
Yeah. So the Neapolitan, what's the twist on it?
The twist of it is more of the fermenting of it.
Okay.
A lot of people use like large dough boxes.
Yeah.
I use customized plastic containers for a perfect 14-inch pizza.
Okay.
So it raises in these containers instead of a big sheet, like a big container.
Okay.
So I believe it doesn't give us too much airy, gives it a little bit more of a crisp.
Yeah. I mean, I had it. It was very good.
Thank you.
So do you think that, because to me, it feels like, especially watching like your social media and stuff, it feels like it's Italian food and a steakhouse in a sense.
Yeah, we have steak on our menu. We have some chicken on our menu. We offer some different type of seafood.
I just saw a great cacio e pepe from here today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So our cacio e pepe is no joke. That's as real as it gets. We use the Parmigiano Reggiano wheel. It's 24-month. We use it in the back. I wish I had more room. I would do table side.
Yeah.
But it's a really cool little touch to it. And then we crisp up a little Parmesan cheese and we put it on top, so it's a little crunch to it.
Yeah.
So, it's very, very good.
Is there something that you have in your mind that you want to try and haven't yet tried to do?
We're getting into like more of the seafood aspect of it, of like the raw fish.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of maybe like a raw bar option, like once or twice a month, of like a seafood tower, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's something we're really messing around with now. It's just like we have a small space, so we don't have much storage.
Yeah.
So, like the dry ice, stuff like that, it's more difficult as it sounds.
Yeah. So what's great about Locale here, by the way, for those who haven't been, is they have an outdoor patio, which is covered.
Yeah, it's fully controlled now. We have air conditioned and heated. It is covered. We have automatic blinds that go up and down depending on the weather. So like today it's raining. As soon as it feels raindrops, the blinds come down and it's a full enclosed patio.
It's awesome. So and you can do a private party here.
Yep. A lot of our private parties are on the patio now because it is air controlled and heat controlled. So it's very exciting to see this upcoming fall. We have a lot of like rehearsal dinners and stuff like that. So it'd be really cool for our 1 year anniversary to see how much parties we can do. But it's been great so far.
So, okay, 1 year in, what's your hope for the next year, 5 years, 10 years? What's your hope? What's your vision, Joe Jr.? Let's hear it.
My vision is to keep on growing every day and keep being consistent and giving out great quality food and great product. As years to come, we will love to grow the brand, the name, which we're in the process of, trying to do now as a family. And, I want to be a staple in Monmouth County. That's the real goal. And that's what I want to be here for a long time. My dad's been in business over 40 plus years. That's the goal here. Hopefully I can raise my family in town, be the go-to spot, and, make sure, I'm give the same quality food from day one to year 40. But definitely want to keep growing the brand, and which we are going to be a presence in Monmouth County very soon.
I would say all my Monmouth County influencer friends, they all come here.
Yes.
They all, they all spotlight it, which is awesome.
And they all mention you, and you're the reason why they come here. So
I don't know
can't
about
thank
that,
you.
but thank you.
It is the truth.
And your cousin Kenny
Yes.
Santucci comes here on Sundays
Absolutely.
for family
Sundays
dinner.
For family dinner.
Yep,
He's
I love
here.
that.
He loves you too.
Yeah.
It's such a small world. So
It's
everyone,
wild.
But it just shows you all good people stay together, and that's what the world's about. Wish there was more people like you and myself in this world because it'd be a better place. But
Amen.
unfortunately, the little bit we can do every day, that's the best we can do.
So let's do something for somebody,
Yeah,
okay?
absolutely.
So if there's someone that's listening,
Yep.
that's thinking of starting a restaurant or that's in a family business and thinking on going on their own, what's the best advice that you could give someone being, coming up, like how you came up?
Yep. The biggest advice I would give them is take the jump. Don't be afraid to jump because you'll never regret it. And one thing I keep on my phone every day is if you take the jump and it's yourself, you have no one else to blame if you fail, but you won't know until you take the jump. I think, don't miss out on that opportunity. And, your family will always be there to support. So don't ever think they will ever turn back on you because family is everything.
And failing sometimes isn't a bad thing.
Nope.
Right? It
learn
teaches
from
you. Exactly.
You learn from your mistakes. And I always said I'd rather fail early because then I know not to do it again. I mean, listen, we're 1 year into it. Was it sunshine and rainbows every day? Absolutely not. But
what's one mistake that you can say now, looking back when you opened?
looking back that it could be open is
or maybe not a mistake, just like a growing thing.
Don't rush it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say we rushed it here, but, we waited as long as we can. That's why I think the opening of it, like we were talking about a couple minutes ago, that's what created the buzz.
Yeah.
In the beginning, when I bought the property in 2023, I was like, I got to open up right away. But it took me 2 years to open. And thank God I did listen to my dad because my dad's big on quotes and big old school guy. And he says, listen, you think, there's a saying everyone hears that Rome's not built in a day. And it's so true. And, brick by brick, keep the foundation strong forever, and that's what we're doing here. One big thing I have here is it's about culture. I'm trying to build a culture and a big, treat everyone like family. So everyone that walks through these doors every day is very happy. Make sure everyone's smiling. If someone's having a bad day, we pick them up. We try to that's where the athlete side of me comes in here.
Yeah,
you're only as good as your next guy.
Yeah,
and if your next guy next to you is not 100%, you got to make sure how you can make him to be 100% here. You know, we do a little bit different stuff, a little bit different in a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of restaurants, but majority of places. Like here, we offer 401k program.
Oh, wow.
We offer health insurance or single coverage for a family.
That's amazing.
So we try to, you know, I want to build a good crew here and try to make them here for a long time. Hence, you know, like my dad did for so long. Musa's there for a long time, and guys like that. So we try to build the same thing, and I'll do anything for my help. So
yeah,
that's the big thing.
You seem to have a very calm disposition. Are you always that way?
I am until like probably 8 p.m. on a Saturday in the kitchen, but I never do really yell.
Yeah.
I always try to work in silence and let my success speak for my actions. I'm never the one to put someone down or talk bad about anyone because what goes around comes around.
Sure.
I'm a big believer in that. I told someone the other day, if you heard someone say something terrible about me, that's kind of has to be false because I don't talk much. My friends will say otherwise because my close friends, they'll say I talk too much, but I don't get to talk to, you know, too many people each and every day, so it's great. But yes, I'm 90% calm. I used to, when I worked for my dad for a long time when I was young, I used to carry everything on my shoulders, show my emotions.
Yeah.
But a lot of, books I read and podcasts I listen to, every successful person, they got to carry themselves very high every day, and you got to think positive. And
you're going home to a family.
Going home to a family.
Yeah.
My wife's my best friend. She's my biggest supporter. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't really for her, because she pushed me to take the jump when I was working for my dad. Because there's only so much you can do when you work with a lot of family and everything. So I have my own family now, and I am where I am in this position because my wife, Gabriella, I got to give it to her. So
yeah, shout out to Gabriella.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I know it's a different restaurant than Calabria's, but you had Portnoy come to Calabria's. Would you want him to come here?
Yeah, like it was amazing for Calabria at the time. Brought us to a different level, but it also stopped a lot of local people getting their Friday night pizza and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's what built us. And, that's what we're building here as a foundation. Like, no offense for people up north. I have a lot of customers which support me down here from Livingston, which I'm so unbelievable grateful for. But you got to also take care of the local customer that's going to be here 2-3 days a week, because that's what keeps the light, keeps the doors rolling and everything like that.
Are there other pizza places in Little Silver?
There's a few other pizza places in Little Silver. We're like the only restaurant full operated. There's another Italian restaurant in town. It's a small place too, but no liquor license, but no pizza. So there's like 3 other places with us, including, so we do all delivery online, DoorDash. We have 1 in-house driver, but down here, everything's online. It's really crazy to see the difference from up north to down here. I mean, I would say I'm almost 100% all online business for takeout.
Really?
Yes.
People don't come in to pick up?
They do very rarely, but it's all DoorDash. We literally have like a small window, and it's a couple showcases of pizzas, and that's really it. And
that's
register.
wild.
So it's majority of all DoorDash, Grubhub, Slice. Slice is like our biggest partner here, so we do a lot of business with them. So it's good.
Well, I would say to anyone that's listening that hasn't been to Locale to come see Joe Jr. You will be treated like family, like we keep saying, right?
Yep.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
The number 2 thing is the food is amazing.
Yep.
The number 3 thing is the space is great, even though we keep saying it's a little small. Yeah. It's not that small. There's plenty of room for everybody.
Yeah, so we have about like with an outside and inside and outside patio. With the outside patio, we have about like 90 seats. So.
Yeah, so plenty of room.
Yep.
So
with
plenty
a nice little bar.
Yes, it's a nice little bar.
Yeah.
It's very inviting, the bar.
Yep.
And I would also say that the minute the Netflix studios opens up, you may miss your shot because this place is going to be jumping.
Yes, that's the goal, and we hope so. And we're in works of working with them now. We do a lot of catering for like the builders there, so hopefully that opens up the foot in the door, and we can do some action with Netflix.
It's amazing. Joe Jr.
Yes.
Giuseppe.
Yep.
The second. Yes.
That's it.
I'm so proud of you. Honestly, like on a personal level, just to see you as a little boy and to see where you are now. I'm so happy for you. And shout out to Tommy.
Yeah.
I think it's great that he believes in his brother the way he does. You guys are killing it. And I can't wait to come here again for your 2nd anniversary, your 3rd anniversary, and so on.
I can't wait to have you. And Heidi, thank you for all you do. I know it's, my on the podcast, but this is from the bottom of my heart. You do a lot for a lot of people, and from an outsider looking in, I appreciate that more than anything. And you are who I met 20 some years ago to the day, and keep being you, and you're the best.
Listen, good people breeds good people, right?
Always.
And me and you, we're going to stay exactly who we are, no matter what.
No matter what.
Right? Deal?
Deal. Promise. That will
All
never
right.
change.
No matter how big you get
Never,
or how
I'll
big
never
I
forget,
get.
and
That's
it.
it.
And
Yeah.
especially when you get big, which is soon.
No, God.
But I'll never forget, never forget you, and I never forget where I come from. So that's what it's about.
Amen. Me too, Joe.
Amen.
You're the best.
You are.
And honestly, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
If you are hearing this message, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I'm truly grateful for you and this opportunity. The purpose of the Behind the Counter podcast is to bring food, people, and community together. I hope you'll return for more episodes and explore with me. I want to personally thank Fran Linnell of Design 68 for my amazing Behind the Counter podcast logo, and Travis Lohenberg for my awesome Behind the Counter music, and all the guests that take their time to sit and talk with me. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you hear your podcasts. If you'd like to support the Behind the Counter podcast, please subscribe, share with your friends and family, and you can follow me on Instagram at Heidi Blum. If you have any feedback or stories that you want to share, you can email me at foodsarbtc@gmail.com.